Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel.
God, you call me by my name. The love you give me, I just can't deny. Yeah. No longer blinded, I can see.
So a question that I see getting asked a lot on the internet is about personal branding, and I'm here to give y'all the tea. I'm here to give y'all the 411. I'm here to give y'all the game. I'm here to give y'all the game on personal branding. So if you are interested in learning more about personal branding and how you can create one for yourself, let's get into the video. You want to be someone great, you want to be successful, your personal brand matters. It matters to your clients, it matters to your family, it matters to your new friends, the people that you met, the people that you haven't met yet. Your personal brand is everything. It is how you are perceived by those all around you. And so it is extremely important that you establish a personal brand early on, because the thing about branding is that whether you're trying to build a personal brand or not, whether you're trying to build a brand or not, you already have a brand. You already have a brand. So one thing that I want you to know is that you already have a brand. Now I want you to pay attention to the brand that you might be putting off, because branding is all about building out a personal perception or persona about who you are as a person, personal branding. And so it is extremely important that you not only start establishing that, like I said, it's already being established now, whether you know it or not, but it's extremely important that you intentionally establish a personal brand so that your perception and the way that you're being perceived by those that you maybe want to make clients, that you maybe want to make, you know, friends, that you maybe want to network with in the future, making sure that your perception and your brand is crystal clear. So I have my phone here and I'm going to be giving you my personal tips and my personal strategy on how to build a personal brand. So number uno is be true to yourself. That's the number one thing, y'all. Like, that's the number one thing. So I see so many people saying, oh, create a target audience and do this and do that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. When I first started my YouTube channel, and I'm like, y'all probably looking at my YouTube channel now like, oh, it still just started.
That was disrespectful.
Hold on, not too much on me. But so when I first started my YouTube channel, which was January of 2023, I was trying to create a niche and then jump into it, instead of realizing that I am the niche and people have to jump into what I'm doing. Because if you're trying to create a niche and then jump into like these little sectors of things that you actually like to do, or interests that you have, or just different things that you like see online and you like it, it's gonna be extremely hard to create a brand within that. The first thing that you have to understand is that you are the brand and you're bringing people around who you are. So in order to bring people around who you are, you have to know who you are. And when I say being true to who you are, that means that you have to have a level of understanding about yourself to be able to invite people into a friendship, or even just bring people into your world, bring people into your life. But if you don't know who you are and you're constantly like jumping around trying to figure out who you are through niches and through lifestyle content and through vlogging, and you see somebody's vlog and you're like, oh my gosh, I like that vlog and I want to do my vlog like this, you're gonna have an extremely hard time, you know, trying to fit into all the bubbles that are here online. Because some of the brands that you see here online, even the personal brands, are just made up brands, things that they put together. And sometimes people have the energy for that. Like, sometimes people have the energy to be something other than what they are. But for me, I found that it was extremely tiring to try to fit into all of these different brands. And I think for me, I had to just figure out who I was and be okay with that. I had to be okay with the fact that I'm not the most, you know, crazy when it comes to having makeup, beat, and things of that nature. I get by, I get in how I fit in. But I think for me, one of the biggest things was realizing that I am who I am. I have to embrace that in order for me to show up on camera, in order for me to show up authentically, and in order for me to even invite people into my personal brand, whatever that is. So I first had to figure out who I am. So when I say be true to yourself, that means figure out what you like to do. Do you like to go out in nature? Do you like to read books? Do you like leadership and personal development? Do you like branding and graphic design? Like, I'm naming all the things that I like right now, but do you like aesthetic? What do you like? What do you like? You have to figure that out first, and then you want to like kind of take note to all of those things. Like, take note, write it down, put it in your phone so that you can reference that, because that's going to be extremely important when it comes to building out a personal brand and establishing a consistency when it comes to showing up that way. Like, how do you like to dress? How do you like to wear your hair? What are the things that you like to do on a daily basis? Do you want to be fit? If you like to be fit, that means within your personal brand, you're going to have exercising. You're going to have to have habits that establish who you are as a person, right? Those things are going to be extremely important. Those things are carving out a perception of who you are for the masses. If someone were to look at your life right now through a magnifying glass, what would they say about you? They say maybe you get up at about 9:30 every single day. You like to skip breakfast, you only drink coffee. You might like to take a swim in the morning. Basically, creating a personal brand is like documenting who you are on a regular basis, to be quite honest. The next thing that you want to do when it comes to creating a personal brand is figuring out your unique edge. What is the thing that makes you different? What is the thing that you have as a gift to give to others? Is it the ability to speak well? Is it the ability to lead? Are you discerning? Can you see things about people? Or are you really reflective in life and you just, you have just a really good process when it comes to processing life and the things that happen to you, and you want to share your perception with the world? Are you someone who is very artistic and very creative? Are you someone who is very good at like handiwork and architecture? Like, what's your thing? Whatever your thing is, you want to give that thing away as often as possible. And you want to create, an opportunity to give who you are away consistently to people. And you want to take note of that too. So first and foremost, take note of who you are. Who are you? What do you like to do? What are your interests? Right? And then the second thing you want to do is to take note of the value that you bring, the unique value that you can give to someone else, that you could package it really cute and give it to someone else. So the third thing that you want to do is understand your audience. So once you've established like what your unique ability is, what value you bring to the world, you now have to think about who wants that, like who would benefit from who you are. So when I was creating artwork and things of that nature, I knew that those that would benefit probably the most from what I was doing were homeowners, people that were wanting to furnish their apartments, people who just were really into art and collecting. I had to get around people and get my artwork in front of people that were really wanting to just begin to collect work that reflected who they were in their homes. And so for me at that time or that season, my audience was really about finding collectors and finding people who needed artwork for their home or home buyers. And so I knew that the person that would benefit most likely from what I was doing were homeowners. And now that I'm doing like branding, graphic design, things of that nature, people who would benefit from my services or the things that I'm offering would be entrepreneurs, people that are starting businesses or people that have established businesses and they're wanting to revamp or they're wanting to rebrand their businesses to match their expertise now at the state that they're in. So you really want to think about who is your gift for, who is your value for, what value do you bring and who would benefit from that. So after you do that, now you want to start building a reputation. You want to start creating either a digital footprint or you want to just start walking and owning who you are more. You want to start establishing that as a daily, every single day. Who are you? What do you do? Who do you help? That type of thing. And you want to start creating like a reputation. You want to do that online. So if you are a great speaker and you feel like people would benefit from your voice or the things that you have to say or your reflection time or your journaling time or anything like that, you can start sharing who you are on your platform. If you are a photographer, you can start sharing your beautiful images that you've created or that you've captured of others. If you are a journalist or if you're someone who is a great writer, you can start sharing some, excerpts of your writing and, just sharing your poetry or whatever it is that you do. So you really, as you're sharing this, people will begin to perceive you as that. you'll begin to establish a reputation. People will begin to see you as that. If you know that you're good at something, you just want to begin to share, you know, share what you are, share what you bring, and then start, you know, getting a greater understanding of the things that people like from you. And honestly, when it comes to personal branding, a lot of times you think you have to create content around what people like. But the thing is, you just have to create content that is you, that is unique, that is authentic, and people will begin to come around it if they like you. And I think a lot of the issue nowadays with social media is that you feel like you have to cater to other people instead of just being yourself. But once you realize that being yourself, you will attract people that are like you, that are like-minded, that like the same things too. You are not the only one in the world that likes what you like. You're not the only one in the world that loves your work. Somebody likes your work. Somebody loves what you do. Somebody loves your thought process or your perception. Somebody thinks very similar to you, and you just have to find your people. But you'll never find your people if you stop posting, if you stop putting yourself out there, if you stop sharing who you are. You know, don't get discouraged. The main reason that I see why people don't grow is because they're not consistent. They quit. They gave up. They didn't see beyond the likes and the subs. But the great thing about building out a personal brand is your brand is authentically you. So if you start doing this and you get burnt out, it's most likely because you're trying to chase an audience, or you're trying to chase, you know, a metric or a vanity opportunity like followers or subs. You really have to put out content that you like to do, that you feel like is great work, and you begin to tweak it and make it better each time, and people will come, y'all. Like, honestly, people will come. People will, you know, begin to formulate around what you're doing, because if you come out with quality, if you come out doing things with quality, and you make sure that it's good work, and you make sure that it's authentically you, and you like, honestly, all you have to do is like it. You just gotta like it. Nobody else has to like it. People will come. People will come. I had to learn was I needed to create content that is authentic to me. If I'm not that way, then I shouldn't create it. If I don't like it, then I probably shouldn't create it. Or I'll get trapped in making something that I just don't like or is not me. And so you really want to create authentic content. Do it consistently. Don't give up. Your tribe, your people, your audience will come. The subs will come. The follows will come. You just got to be consistent. You just got to see it through. Trust the process. You just got to see it before anybody else sees it, to be quite honest. Faith. You got to have faith. You got to have faith in you. You got to have faith in what God did in you before you were ever born. You gotta have faith in your purpose and what God decided for you long time ago before you were ever created. You gotta know that what you have is special and unique, and you have to begin to tell yourself that every single day so that you could establish your personal brand. You gotta know, like, I am that girl, I am that guy. If nobody believes it, you believe it. Like, you have to believe it first, and then everybody else will believe. So the very last thing that I want to talk to y'all about is staying inspired. Like, you got to figure out what keeps you inspired, what keeps you going, what helps you on a day-to-day stay inspired and consistent to keep creating content and creating things that around your personal brand that inspire you. So for me personally, I love reading. I love going to the bookstore, Barnes and Nobles. I love personal development books a lot. I really used to be into, you know, just reading novels and things like that just for fun. So those are my things that like to get me inspired. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you got something out of it, and I hope that you are now able to really think about how to build a personal brand. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video. See you guys in the next. Peace.